You're already making decisions every single day. Whether you're conscious or not, you're already making decisions. You don't have to be stuck in any situation because you have the power of choice. You have the power to decide not to be in that situation. You have the power to decide if you're struggling financially. You have the power to decide that you're no longer going to struggle and that you're going to take decisions to come out. If you're struggling with an addiction, you have the power to decide no longer to be addicted. What does it mean to live intentionally? How can you make every single day count? Is it possible to feel fulfilled at the end of each day, knowing that you're a step closer to fulfilling or achieving your dream? The answer is yes. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So make sure you stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to day 1 of the 30 Days to Intentional Living series. Yay! So my name is Ava, and I'm really excited to go on this journey with you. I'm really excited that we're going to start this journey. This is something that has been on my heart for a very long time, but I believe that the time is now. So why not? Why not get started? If you watched the intro video, I spoke about 2 types of people. So the first type is those that live life and those that let life live them. I used to be the type that let life happen to me, that my life was living me. Like, I was not in control at all. I had no clue whatsoever. I was literally unconscious, if I can say it that way. Not living intentionally. There's a way to live intentionally, and that's exactly what this video is about, okay? You can be in a phase where you're not even aware that you're not living intentionally, and that's the phase I was. So I'm just going to share a little about my vision for this 30-day journey. The purpose is for us to focus on ourselves. Set aside 30 days, or depending on whenever you're watching it, it could be at your own pace, that's fine. But setting aside time to consciously work on the areas in your life that you know you need to get better at. The areas in your life that you know you need to improve on. Really working on them. Overall, we are working to become better versions of ourselves. Like I said in the other video, there's a version of you that you need to become in order to receive all the things that you desire to receive. You need to work to become a better version of yourself. Secondly, for the sake of destiny, for the sake of you becoming who God made you to be, you need to work on yourself. You need to become a better version of yourself. You need to develop yourself. You have to be conscious of developing yourself. For the sake of your destiny, the destinies that are tied to you. There are destinies that are tied to you. There are people whose successes are tied to you. There's a generation that is tied to you. Hopefully, you're going to be a parent. Your children, their children's children. All of them are somehow tied to you, and in order for them to become the people that they are meant to be, you need to be in the right place. You need to make sure you work on yourself so that the person you are presenting to them, the person that you are when you bring them forth, is capable of shaping them into better people. If every person is taking conscious effort to work on themselves, the world will definitely be a better place. The world will be a much better place if people are more conscious and work on themselves and become better. Most people think they are good, but few people work to become better. This is what we're doing on this journey. We're working to become better versions of ourselves. So this is time for you and for this entire community to urge you on. If you chance upon this video, make sure you encourage somebody. Make sure we keep it positive here. We tell each other the truth because we are all striving to be better people. What I have been sensing in my spirit for a while now is that a lot of people are wasting time, especially young people. A lot of young people are wasting time with things that are not necessary, things that are draining them, things that are harming them, things that are causing them to be distracted. There is a lot of distraction in the atmosphere. It's derailing people from their destinies. It's derailing people from becoming better. It's derailing people from being productive. A good example is social media. People spend hours. After this video, just go in your phone and check your screen time, and you have an idea what I'm talking about. People spend more time on their phones, more time on their devices than with people, more time on their devices than doing actual work, more time on their devices than actually relating to people. And that is affecting us. It's affecting our world. It's affecting the way we relate to other people. It's affecting our empathy. It's affecting a lot of things, our productivity. There's so much time being wasted. There's so many distractions. People are not fulfilling their maximum potential. And so I think this is a crucial time that people's minds need to be drawn back to the fact that we need to be conscious of ourselves. We need to make sure that we are not victims of our surroundings, of technology, of devices. We're not victims of them, but we have control over them. Another thing is, even if you are not young, even if you are older, it's never too late to start taking control of your life. It's never too late to start becoming more conscious of the decisions that you make. It's never too late to start living intentionally. So this is for everyone. Maybe you've just been going, just going through the routines. You've not taken time to actually think about your life. You're just letting other people dictate to you how your life should be. You're just letting things dictate to you. You're just letting society dictate to you what your life should be, because you've not taken the time to actually think what you really desire for your life. Is it in alignment with what you have been made to be? Is it in alignment with what God says you should be? A lot of people don't take that time, and I think that this series is just gonna be a tool that could help you try to rethink your life and try to make certain adjustments that need to be made. If all that I've said makes sense to you so far, just type in the comments "ready to live." Just let me know if you're ready to go on this 30-day journey. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, so just type "ready to live" so that I know that you are ready to go on this journey to me. That encourages me to keep posting. And yes, let's get into the real reason you clicked this video. How do you live intentionally? What is intentional living in the first place? Intentional living is just making conscious choices and decisions that align with your values and your beliefs. It's about being purposeful in every aspect of your life, doing things with meaning, not just being passive. Whether it's your spiritual life, your relationships, your finances, personal life, whatever it is, but being purposeful in the things that you do instead of just drifting through life. Intentional living, it's about taking deliberate steps to create a life that is fulfilling. The key word is fulfilling. It has to be fulfilling, and your life has to be of great value. So you take deliberate steps to create a life that is fulfilling and full of value. I can give you examples of areas that we're intentional about. For instance, when you're pursuing a degree, you have courses that you need to complete. You are examined, you're graded, you move to the next level until you graduate. It's hard to skip certain steps in your pursuit of a degree. That's something you do intentionally. You do it intentionally because you have a goal in mind that at the end of this degree, you want to graduate with a first class, second class, whatever. You want to graduate successfully. So you do that with intention. It's deliberate. If you're a guy or a lady and you're pursuing a marriage or a relationship, there are steps that you take. You ask the other person for their number. You communicate with them. Make sure you communicate constantly. Know things about them. Find out certain things about them. Do your homework. Involve your family, and you get married. You start a family. It's like everything we do in this life requires some form of intentionality. It requires that we are deliberate in our actions. Having a relationship with God, you need to do it intentionally. Like it doesn't just happen. There are certain things in life that don't just happen. Life in itself, overall, your life shouldn't just happen as it goes. You have a say in what happens in your life, and you're responsible for what happens in your life. So you should be taking things more seriously. You should be taking decisions more seriously. You should be taking decisions with certain goals in mind, certain agendas in mind. You should mind what you receive, what you give out, and that's intentional living. So how do you start living intentionally? Number one, I think the most important thing is recognizing that God created created humans as intentional beings. He gave us the power of choice. He gave us the will. He didn't create humans as robots. A lot of people ask this question, that if God knew that Adam and Eve would fall and all of that, why did he put the tree in the garden? My answer to that is God gave us will. God gave us a choice. He gave them a choice. There were so many other trees in the garden. There were so many other fruits, but they chose to eat from the one tree that God said they shouldn't eat from. That's what they chose to eat from. And they were exercising their power of choice. God will not violate your power of choice. God will not violate your will. When he does that, he has violated his own word. We have to bear in mind that we are creatures of intentionality. God created us to be intentional beings, not robots. God is love, and his love demands that the people that he expresses his love to are not forced to give love, but they give it out of their own will. That's how come you find people don't even acknowledge God, or people don't even believe in God. And it's all because of the power of choice, the power of will. All of that is your responsibility, is your own choice. You have a say in what happens in your life. It's a very, very, very powerful thing, but at the same time, it can be our downfall. That's one thing we need to be conscious about to be able to start living intentionally, that we are intentional beings. You don't have to be stuck in a situation like a robot. You don't have to be stuck in any situation, because you have the power of choice. You have the power to decide not to be in that situation. You have the power to decide if you're struggling financially. You have the power to decide that you're no longer going to struggle and that you're going to take decisions to come out. If you're struggling with an addiction, you have the power to decide no longer to be addicted. You have the power to decide no longer to stay addicted. How to start living intentionally? Number 2, you're already making decisions every single day. You're already making decisions. Whether you know it or not, whether you're conscious or not, you're already making decisions. Research shows that people make about 35,000 decisions every single day. When you wake up, you decide a time to get out of bed. You decide the time to go and brush your teeth. You decide the time to take your bath. You decide the clothes to wear. You decide what to do that day. Like, you're making decisions, what to eat, how to treat your children, how to interact with people, whether to greet or not, whether to do your work or not, whether to do an assignment or not, whether to cook or not, whether to eat out, where to go, all of those things, which steps to take, which routes to take when you're going to work. You make thousands of decisions. You make thousands of decisions every single day, whether you're conscious or not. Why not become conscious? Why not learn to become conscious so that you make the right decisions that push you toward your dreams and your goals? The way you start living intentionally is to become conscious of every decision you make, to be aware constantly that the decisions you are making have results, have repercussions, whether in the short term or the long term. I have an assignment for you. This first assignment is for you to take note of all the decisions that you make in a day. Say tomorrow, once you wake up, I want you to start being conscious of the decisions that you make. I want you to note them down, like literally write them down. Because it's something that you do anyways. You just don't take note of them. You're just not aware of them. Just take one day and do this assignment. Just note down all the decisions that you made. As many decisions as you can write. Note them down. You can use your notepad, or you can get a journal. I prefer a journal. I'm going to leave a link to a journal that will help you to do that easier in the description. Okay, so check that out. And write them down. Assess yourself at the end of the day. Assess the decisions that you made. How did they help you? How did they not help you? So that's my assignment for you on day 1. Before I go, I just want to remind you that the only way to live intentionally is to be aware. Be conscious. Be conscious every day. When you wake up every day, make sure you know that this is another day. And everything that you do now, everything that you do in this moment, 2 minutes later, 30 minutes later, 24 hours later, is going to have an effect on your life in the next day, in the next week, in the next month, the next couple of years. It's going to have an effect on your life. So you have to be. That's why you're a human being. You have to be. You can only become when you are, when you be. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yes, but you have to be. You have to be in the moment. Be here. Like, make sure your mind is here. Your mind is every moment that you're spending on earth, that you are aware, and that you are conscious. In the coming days, we're going to be talking about a whole lot of areas that you need to be conscious about, because a lot of people don't pay attention to all these areas. There are several aspects of your life that you need to become conscious about. There are some that you are blind to right now as we are speaking. There's some that you're aware of. I just want to entreat you to follow along on this series. Take it seriously. Make sure you share your progress on the assignment in the comments. Just share what you found from the decisions that you took in the day. Just share your progress in the comments. If you have any questions relating to this, make sure you put it in the comments, or any topics related that you would like us to talk about, that you like us to address. Make sure you leave it in the comments. I'll be reading and responding. Don't forget to please subscribe. You are very new here. This is the first time we're doing this. Subscribe. It helps other people to find the video. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, so kindly subscribe. If you are watching this video after we've been through the series or whenever, just make sure you watch all the other videos that are gonna come up or that have been done already, depending on when you're watching this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching day 1 of the 30 Days to Intentional Living series. Make sure to hit the notification bell so that you can watch day 2. Make sure that you set this time aside to really assess your life and follow along this series, because there's so much that you're going to learn. If you found value, make sure to like, share with your friends. I'll see you on day 2. God bless.